We have the enviable task of counting down the 100 top video games of all time. We have arrived at number 63, and it was our 2012 Game of the Year, Dishonored from Arcane and Bethesda. Incredible experience. I know you still play this damn game.
I do. I can't get enough of this game, and thank you to the team at Arcane for creating this world that really drew me in. You play the game as Corvo, the assassin who is wrongly accused of a crime at the start of a game. It's the beginning of a revolution, really, and he becomes part of a movement. There are some betrayals, there is some backstabbing, literally and figuratively. I don't want to give too much away in case you haven't played the game. There's been a couple of DLC packs so far. Any excuse I have to go back to the world of Dishonored, I will gladly take.
Yeah, I know. It was interesting to go back to Dishonored after playing BioShock Infinite and to appreciate that even though these guys had less of a budget and less of an expectation on the title, they delivered something with a lot of depth and a lot of breadth and a very literary backstory that was engrossing. But, you know, I think the secret to the success of Dishonored and why it ranked so high last year when we were pitting it against other Rocket and Ray-Gun nominations is the mechanics. I mean, it's just an effortlessly enjoyable experience to play.
It's the flexibility of the gameplay engine, just like in Mark of the Ninja from Clay Entertainment. You can play this game a couple of different ways. You can go through and fight everybody like a total a-hole, or you can move through the world slowly. You can observe your surroundings. You can watch guards move as they go on the rounds through the game, and you can take everybody out one by one. And in fact, you can ghost your way through this game as well. Doing so is one of the most gratifying video game experiences I have ever had.
This is a killer game and absolutely deserves a spot on this list. Here's a look back at Dishonored.
Where's this game been all my life? It is here. It arrived on our desks last week. We've been playing it like crazy. Vic, what'd you think?
Honestly, it's probably my favorite game of 2012 so far. I would be surprised that I like anything more than this game.
It's a little premature, but I'm right there with you 100%. One of my favorite things about this game is the way that the character is not just Corvo himself, who I love as a character. He wears this really super cool mask that he puts on at the start of each mission. I love the way that the non-playable characters are so sensitive to everything in the game. Moment to moment throughout the game, you're going to encounter things that are so human. There's so much life packed into this world. I haven't seen this kind of life since BioShock.
I know, that really evokes BioShock. The storytelling is so ambitious and flavored with characters that have more than one side, you know? This is one of those games that really encourages you to play it multiple times, to go back in and try to accomplish things like beating the entire game without killing anybody, which is unbelievably possible.
For me, every step of the way, I was just knocking people unconscious. I did not want to kill anybody. I'm not a killer. I love things. I love little furry things like cats and kittens and stuff.
Those crossbows and grenades came in handy for me.
I went through stealthily. I tried not to kill anybody. And in fact, you actually get a reward for doing that. And that's all I really want to do is go back, replay this thing, find new pathways through these levels.
Up the difficulty level.
There are wormholes through this whole thing that I haven't even discovered yet. I want to go home and play more of this right now. I can't even believe this damn thing exists. For me, it's a 10 out of 10.
It's a 10 for me, too.
Dishonored is a game that's been getting a lot of buzz on the review scene. I know Victor and Scott took a look at this game. I think they enjoyed it.
2 10s. They gave this game 2 10s.
I don't watch those guys. I pay attention to us. And that's probably why people are here, because they want to know what we think of Dishonored. Ben, is it 210 worthy?
Ooh, I don't know about that, but it's pretty darn close. This is one hell of a new IP. That's the most exciting thing maybe about it. It's not a sequel. It's not a Call of Duty. It's not a Halo. This is a brand new world.
I love the fact that this game is all about stealth, or it's all about murdering everything in your sights.
From the very beginning of the game, you get this blink ability. You can then get the ability to have this dark vision where you can see things through walls. You can see enemies.
Cause up a plague of rats, which I thought was cool because then you could possess one of the rats and escape if you're ever in a flurry of bad guys.
Rad. You can possess fish and swim through grates and stuff. Lots of really cool, interesting powers. It's got a very unique atmosphere and a very unique setup. I mean, it reminds you of all these other games. It reminds you of Thief. It reminds you of Deus Ex. It reminds me a lot of BioShock. It reminds you of all these other games, but it still manages to carve out its own place. And that's such a hard thing for a game to do these days, to like both remind you of things you love, but be totally new.
And it was a good ride. I enjoyed it, hopefully as much as you did. And that's why I'm giving Dishonored a 9 out of 10.
I'm right there with you, buddy. 9 out of 10 for me as well. This is definitely a Game of the Year contender.
One other thing we forgot to mention, everything you've ever wanted to know about whale oil, you will learn from Dishonored. Congratulations to you, Dishonored. You're number 63 on our list of the 100 greatest video games of all time.